I would like to call the Monday, January 9th, 2023 Blue Springs Planning Commission meeting to order. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Smith?
Here.
Commissioner Sanderson?
Present.
Commissioner Morton?
Here.
Commissioner Phillips?
Here.
Commissioner Stokenberry?
Present.
Commissioner Graham?
Present.
Commissioner Rohr?
Present.
Chairperson Cradoff?
Present. Thank you and welcome everyone this evening and those watching from home. Tonight's agenda consists of Item 1A, the minutes from the December 27th Planning Commission meeting. Item 2, rezoning for Blue Springs Medical Office Building. Item 3, general development plan for Blue Springs Medical Office Building. Item 4, preliminary plat for Blue Springs Medical Office Building. Item 5, final plat for Palo Park Commercial 6 Plat Lot 7. Item 6, other business, and item 7, adjournment. At this time, I would entertain a motion on the consent agenda for the approval of the December 27th, 2022 meeting minutes.
Move to approve.
I have a motion from Commissioner Billups. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Stokenberry. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. I will now open the public hearing for agenda items 2, 3, 4 for the rezoning and the general development plan for Blue Springs Medical Office Building. Agenda item 3, preliminary plat, will be heard concurrently. I will now ask for the exhibits from our city attorney, Sarah Carnes.
The following exhibits will be entered into the record. Exhibits 1, staff report with attachments. 2, applicant plans with attachments. 3, affidavit of publication in the Examiner on December 24th, 2022. 4, 185-foot notification map. 5, names and addresses of property owners within the 185 feet of site. 6, copy of letters sent to said property owners. 7, Title IV Land Use Section, Blue Springs Code of Ordinances by reference. 8, 2014 Comprehensive Plan by reference.
Thank you. To all those who wish to speak, please stand to be sworn in. This includes the staff, applicant, and the public. And please state your name and address for the record.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear the testimony about giving this case to be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
At this time, I will ask for staff's presentation from Mr. McGee.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Commissioners. Jamarcus McGee, 903 West Main Street. On behalf of the city, I've been sworn. Before you this evening's request for a rezoning, a general development plan, and a preliminary plat for Blue Springs Medical Office Building to develop a 31,768 square feet medical office building on 3.53 acres, property located in northwest corner of Northeast R.D. Mize Road and Northeast Adams Dairy Parkway. This property was the site of the original Adams Dairy farmhouse. The first request is the rezoning for the subject property from READPO, Residential Estates, Adams Dairy Parkway Overlay, to GBADPO, General Business Adams Dairy Parkway Overlay. The intent of the General Business Zoning District is defined in Section 404.140 to follows General Business District intended to accommodate general trades, commercial services, and arterials outside central or neighborhood business districts. The ADPO district is intended to accommodate residential and commercial districts. Rezoning the property to GBADPO is the first steps in allowing this property to be developed. The proposed new medical office building will increase the value of the property and adjacent areas. The second request is a general development plan which provides a conceptual plan for the site. The proposed site will include one access drives on Northeast Artie Mize Road. As noted in the staff report, the building and the site is classified as general commercial building, of which the site meets all the requirements. Staff believes the conceptual plan renderings meets the intent of the building design standards. The site includes 31,768 square foot, two-story medical office building. The building elevations include four-sided architecture that is predominantly masonry with a wood look metal accent. Staff believes the architectural design is in keeping with the other commercial developments in the Adams Dairy Parkway overlay district. Building elevations requirement will be reviewed in greater detail with the site plan design review process. Also, with the parking and landscape will also be reviewed in greater detail with the site plan design review process. The final request is a preliminary plat to plot the unplatted parcel as one lot subdivision on 3.53 acres located northwest corner of Northeast Artie Mize Road and Northeast Adams Dairy Parkway. Pedestrian access will be provided through installation of a 5-foot sidewalk along Artie Mize Road. The sidewalk improvements will connecting to the Adams Dairy Parkway hike and bike trails. Staff reviewed the rezoning request under review criteria and finds that the rezoning request meets the other goals of the 2014 comprehensive plan and the Adams Dairy Parkway overlay district. Staff reviewed the general development plan under review criteria and find the request is in compliance with the review criteria. Staff recommends approval of the rezoning, approval of the GDP with conditions, and approval of the preliminary plat with conditions. I'll be happy to answer any questions you all may have.
Thank you. Are there any questions for the staff from the commission? Thank you, Mr. McGee. Would the applicant like to come forward and speak? Have you been sworn in?
I have.
Would you state your name and address, please?
Sure. Kurt Brockelman, Brockelmann, and I'm at 12101 West 110th Street, Overland Park, 66210.
Thank you.
We're going to go for the land speed record for shortest meeting ever. We agree with everything staff wrote. We're fine with all the conditions. Long story short, we just want to put a new medical office building in Blue Springs. Really, it's about that simple at this stage. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Does the commission have any questions for the applicant? Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak in favor for the project? Is there anyone in the audience that is in opposition of the project? The public comment section of the public hearing is over. Any further discussion from the staff?
No, thank you.
Any further discussion from the applicant?
No, thank you.
Any further discussion from the commission? I will close the public hearing. I will now ask for a motion on the rezoning.
Chair.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sanderson.
Yeah, I'll move to approve rezoning RZ 12228579 for Blue Springs Medical Office Building.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Rohr. This will be a roll call.
Commissioner Sanderson,
Aye.
Commissioner Morton,
Aye.
Commissioner Billups,
Aye.
Commissioner Stokenberry,
Aye.
Commissioner Graham,
Aye.
Commissioner Rohr,
Aye.
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Chairperson Cradoff.
Aye. This motion carried. This item will be recommended and heard by the City Council at their Tuesday, January 17th meeting at 6 p.m. I will now ask for a motion on the general development plan.
Chair.
I have a motion from Commissioner Sanderson. Do I have a second?
I'll move to approve General Development Plan GDP 12228580 with the 2 staff conditions.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Rohr. This will be a roll call.
Commissioner Morton,
Aye.
Commissioner Billups,
Aye.
Commissioner Stokenberry,
Aye.
Commissioner Graham,
Aye.
Commissioner Rohr,
Aye.
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Sanderson,
Aye.
Chairperson Cradoff.
Aye. This motion carried with 2 conditions. This item will be recommended and heard by the City Council at their Tuesday, January 17th meeting at 6 p.m. I will now ask for a motion on the preliminary plat.
Chair.
I have a motion for Commissioner Sanderson.
Yeah, I'll move to approve preliminary plat GDP 12228580 for Blue Springs Medical Office Building with the 6 staff conditions.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Rohr. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carried with 6 staff conditions. The next item on the agenda is item 5, final plat for Palo Park Commercial 6, plat lot 7. At this time, I will ask for the staff's presentation. Ms. Kelly.
Good evening. The next item before you this evening is the request for the approval of a final plat for Palo Park Commercial 6 plat located at 2750 Southwest 7 Highway. The property is approximately 1.5 acres and is generally located on the east side of Southwest 7 Highway between Southwest Parkwood Drive and Southwest Palo Drive. The property is Zone GB, General Business. The final plat covers the 1.5 acre lot and is for the development of 1 commercial business on 1 lot. The site will be accessed via 1 point of entry and exit on Southwest 7 Highway. A 30-foot cross-access easement is provided on the eastern edge of the property for connection to the adjacent properties on the north and south. A 5-foot ADA compliant sidewalk will be installed along the frontage adjacent to Southwest 7 Highway. A traffic impact study will be submitted prior to development, and a stormwater management plan must be approved, and any necessary easements shall be dedicated to the city prior to the issuance of building permits. Staff reviewed the application and finds that the final plat is in compliance with the previously approved preliminary plat. All review criteria has been met, and approval allows for the development of a commercial lot on the subject property. Staff recommends approval of the final plat with the 5 conditions outlined in the staff report. And I'll stand for any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the commission for the staff? Thank you. Would the applicant like to come forward and speak? Well, it looks like there's no applicant. Is there any further discussion from the commissioners? I will now ask for a motion on the final plat.
Sure.
I have a motion from Commissioner Rohr.
I'd like to make a motion for the final plat of Polo Park Commercial 6 plat lot 7 with the 5 conditions.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Who was it?
Thank you, Commissioner Graham. I have a second from Commissioner Graham. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carried with 5 staff conditions. This item will be recommended and heard by the City Council at their Tuesday, January 17th meeting at 6 p.m. The next Planning Commission meeting is scheduled for Monday, January 23rd, 2023. Ms. Elbert will present the December 2022 Community Development Report at this time.
Hello, good evening. Let me get to the page. Okay, before you all tonight, I have the December 2022 Community Development Department report. I will go through each of these categories and then I will stand for any questions that you all have at the end. So this first table here talks about building permit activity, and as you can see, in December of 2022, we were down a few total dwelling units from December of 2021, but year to date we were up almost double from what we had in 2021. And then total permits, we were down from December of 2021, and we were pretty close to what we were year to date in 2022 from 2021. The next table talks about building-related activity and breaks down total square feet, total construction costs, and total inspections. And as you can see, for total square footage, we're down a little bit from last December, but up year-to-date from 2021. For total construction, we're down a little bit from December of 2021, but almost double what we were in 2021, that at the end of 2022. For total inspections, we were down from December of 2021, and then we were also down for year-to-date in 2022. And then that data is shown here on this chart. For code enforcement activity, we had 78 total cases, and the majority of them were public health, safety, and welfare cases that were opened. And then those code cases are shown there on that chart. The most common code cases in December, the majority were nuisance complaint-driven cases, and then there were trash and inoperable vehicles that were also reported. This next table shows the planning activity that we had before you all in December and shows projects or cases that we had for Fine Restoration, Summit Behavioral Health, Villas North at Chapman Farms, Melrose Place, and Snack Attack. We had no administrative approvals in December. And then this last table talks about sign permit activity and shows in December of 2022, we had more total signs issued than we did in December 2021. And then year to date, we were also up from December of 2021. And I'd like to point out just the majority of the signs that we had fall under that building mounted signs category. And then falling behind that was the sign face replacement. And I will stand for any questions.
Any questions from the commission? Does the staff have any other business?
Yes, thank you, Chair. I'd just like to point out that at our last meeting, staff brought up the discussion of moving planning commission meetings to Tuesday nights, beginning with the March 14th planning commission meeting. There's a little bit of discussion afterwards. Staff re-polled the planning commission again as to whether Tuesday or Wednesday would work better. And again, Tuesday night seems to work, or it does work for the majority of the planning commissioners. I know that there are a few that voiced that it would not work for them, but the decision has been made to move them to Tuesdays. In order to do that officially, the rules and procedures that were adopted by council last April do require that those be amended. And so the rules and procedures for the planning commission do state that the meetings are to be held on the second and fourth Mondays of every month. So next planning commission meeting on the 23rd, staff will officially be bringing forward a proposed change to those rules and procedures, moving them from Monday to Tuesday. And then that rules and procedures would need to go to city council for final approval. And that is tentatively, well, it's scheduled for February 6th. So please feel free to reach out directly to me with any concerns about that, whether that impacts your ability to continue to serve on the planning commission. Certainly not our intent by trying to move the meetings to disrupt everybody's schedule or to have it result in any planning commissioners be further unable to serve, but these are the direction that we are going. So again, please reach out to me directly if you have any concerns with that. But just wanted to, come back to that and readdress that with the full planning commission here. Also, I'd like to welcome our new planning commissioner, Commissioner Smith. First meeting tonight. Glad you are here. We've had a vacancy for quite some time since Commissioner Veal had resigned over the summer. And with Commissioner Peel having recently resigned, we now have another vacancy, so we hope to get that filled soon. So we'll be back up to our full 9. So appreciate everybody's service on the Planning Commission. Hope everybody had a good holiday and look forward to a very good 2023. I think as Kara pointed out, the development activity for 2022 seems to be trending a little bit down in terms of building permits, in particular with single-family homes, and we are seeing an uptick in commercial building. I think that's evidenced here by the medical office building tonight, which we're very excited to see. We do have a number of projects that are still doing we do have some subdivisions that are putting in the infrastructure now with the hopes of getting their final plats approved and then hopefully issuing some more single-family permits after the beginning of the year and maybe this spring and over the summer. But I think, with the rising interest rates and housing prices the way they have been going, some of the market reports I've read, just, permits are down, not just in the metro area, but kind of across the country. New housing starts have slowed down. So usually that means, everything happens in a cycle. So I'm not saying this is the case, but that typically means that, when the single family market goes a little bit slower, then other forms of housing tend to pick up, as does commercial building activity. So, and industrial and all, all kind of ebbs and flows. So, I'm sure we'll still have quite a bit of development to bring forward to you in 2023. So, that's all. Any questions? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mellon. Does the commission have any other business? If there's no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion from Commissioner Stokenberry. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Graham. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Good night.